It reflects poorly on him. Because if you remember, Skip, everybody that came there, Odell was a #1 at the Giants. He was a 3-time Pro Bowl player. He was 2-time second-team All-Pro. Jarvis came from the Dolphins. He was a #1 receiver. Now, all of a sudden, you got #1 receivers. And supposed to get, instead of getting cut, Baker Mayfield was supposed to elevate these guys. Huh? Now, Skip Bayless is telling me Odell wasn't the #1. Jarvis isn't the #1. Amari Cooper, everywhere he's been. Alabama, he was the #1. High school, he was #1. He goes to the Raiders, he's the #1. He goes to the Cowboys, he's the #1. Now, all of a sudden, he's not a #1. At some point in time, Skip, we see a reoccurring theme. Now, the problem also that I have with Cleveland is that Jarvis missed a lot of games last year because of his knee. His production dropped. Injury. Nobody made an excuse for that. But all I hear is somebody come out here every day and talk about it. Had a torn labrum, and he broke his arm. And he broke his arm cashing them checks from Progressive. Mr. Progressive, he ain't miss a paycheck. So I don't want to hear nothing about no injuries. This reflects very, very poorly. Now, it's being reported. Guess who's having a sit down with Deshaun Watson today? Now, Baker Mayfield. Now, you think San Diego, excuse me, do you think the Chargers requested an interview with Deshaun? Cincinnati. Maybe Buffalo did. Maybe Kansas City. Green Bay. Baltimore. Hold on. Why would a team that has the #1 draft pick at the quarterback position want to talk to Deshaun Watson? I need to know why. You know why, and so does everybody else in Cleveland. Your guy's not in. Skip. I don't really know how to tell you this, but he's not that guy. That's not him. He's not that guy. He's not that good. You know it and I know it.
Shannon Sharpe, I don't know exactly how to tell you this, but you've never been more wrong on a quarterback this side of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. than you are right now on Baker Mayfield. You will be proven extremely wrong, and I was proven once again right, because what just happened, Odell Beckham Jr. got cut by the Browns. That means they tried to trade him and they couldn't. Jarvis Landry just got cut by the Cleveland Browns. That means they tried to trade him. They actually gave him permission. You shop yourself. Right. Get your agent, make calls. Find a happy buyer out there, and we'll go right along. Why would I do that? When I can get him at instead of the contract that he's on, I can get him for the price that I want. That's more palatable to me. Good luck with that. Odell took a minimum to go to the Rams and got paid in the end because Jarvis got cut. And now they said there are a couple of interested teams. Yeah, at the veteran minimum, they might be interested. He ain't gonna get better, man. He get more than that. Well, I don't think he will, because Odell didn't. And then Odell looked around and said, you know what? I know deep down in my heart of hearts, I'm just a complimentary receiver. I think I want to go to the Rams, because then I won't have any pressure on me. There'll be no expectations, because they've got the best receiver in football, and they got Robert Woods, and they got Tyler Higbee, and they got Jefferson, and I'll just be another guy down the list. And if I catch 4 or 5 balls a game, I'll look like a hero. Way to go, Odell. Brilliant choice by you. But if not a #1. If what you're saying is true, because you said Amari Cooper isn't a #1. How does Baker succeed with no #1s? That's a good question. Yeah, he hasn't had one. He's had complimentary receivers. Because that's what he is, the quarterback. He's the guy. He just got another one in Amari Cooper. Game manager. And again, the Browns said, we like Amari so much that we're willing to at least give a 5 for him so that he doesn't hit the market and get to pick where he wants to go. We need him to come here, because nobody wants to go to the Browns. Especially Deshaun Watson. It's laughable to think he'd say, okay, I'll waive my no-trade clause to go play for that sorry organization. Really? But you got a quarterback. Time out. All those teams you mentioned, what were all those teams? It was the San Diego Chargers. I know, but I'll go with San Diego. Okay. They're still the Chargers and Cincinnati and Kansas City and Buffalo. Okay, I'll give you Cincy and Kansas City, but boy, if I start on Buffalo, I have to start thinking hard about it. You also threw Aaron Rodgers in there. Man, you better stop. What have I told you about Deshaun Watson? Last I saw him, he was a top 3 quarterback. I've told you before, back to the Tim Tebow days. If you say, oh, you can have Peyton Manning instead of Tim, I'm all in on Peyton.
Right.
As much as I love Tim Tebow, he's only this good. Peyton is all-time top 5 great. So if you'll give me Peyton Manning, and I was the one who said, Irsay is making the biggest mistake he's ever made in his life to push Peyton out the back door in Indy.
Right.
Go look it up. I was first guest on that where I said, hey, Jim Irsay, you're making a huge mistake here. And what did it cost him? It cost him MVPs and Super Bowls, right?
Well, I'm glad. I hate that Peyton had to leave that way, but I'm glad he did.
Okay.
But what did I say about Baker Mayfield?
Okay, but my point is, if you say you can have Deshaun Watson over Baker Mayfield, I'm all in. I'm all in on Deshaun.
Why you all in?
Because he's better. Deshaun is better than Baker Mayfield will ever hope to be. But Baker's really good.
No.
Deshaun's top 3.
Hold on.
Top 3.
Pro Football Focus, you just told me how Pro Football Focus over the last every other game, that's a large sample size, he's graded the 3rd best quarterback. If he's the 3rd best quarterback, Deshaun Watson should not even be on their radar.
Obviously, part of that deal would be the Texans could get Baker Mayfield, and they'd say, yeah, we're all in on that. But Deshaun's going to say, I don't want to go up there and play for that sorry outfit up there.
They don't want a baker. They don't want a candlestick maker or a butcher either. Yeah. Stop it. You and I both know that guy is average. He's a game manager.
Nope.
That's what he is. He's a game manager.
He is really good, and he is a special leader. You're about to find that out.
There's nothing special about Baker Mayfield.
Want to bet?
He don't have nothing special.
Okay.
He don't run. He doesn't scramble extremely well. He doesn't have the biggest arm. He's not the most accurate guy. He turns the ball over, and guess what? Hurt. He was hurt.
He's a body torque thrower who tore his labrum and fractured his left shoulder and sucked it up and won over a lot of teammates by saying, I'm going to play.
Oh, look, Jarvis did the exact same thing. Played with a knee. How can a receiver play on a bum knee? He sucked it up. Going out there for Baker and not look at him. See what it costs you? That's what I tell you guys. Be careful now. When you go out there, you're putting out bad tape. You better be able to go out there and perform like you normally would because you're putting bad tape out and they're going to hold it against you. Anything you play, however you play, will be held against you, except if you're Baker Mayfield.
I don't have the time to go back through all the drop balls by Odell Beckham Jr. and by Jarvis Landry thrown right into their breadbasket by Baker.
I got 12 minutes of footage where he hitting the guys all in the back of the head, hitting them in the butt. This ain't pin the tail on the donkey. You throw the ball, hit the guy in the chest. You hit him in his hand. What your guy do? Hit him in the back of the head. Like he playing dodgeball.
The truth is, you're going to get exposed on this one.
It'll
be just like Brady.
Yeah, he got
just like Brady. He got so exposed that without Odell, when Odell went down, we're going back 2 years ago, he went on one of the great runs we've seen in the last 5 years.
Jarvis went to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my goodness.
But the league was so hot for Jarvis that they said, no, we're not going to trade you 5 or 6 for him.
Jarvis.
We'll take our chances and get him on the veteran minimum. That's what they're all thinking because he's just another guy at this point.
Your guy didn't got no contract.
Baker couldn't rise above Odell and or Jarvis.
Now he can't rise above.
And they're soulmates from LSU.
Now they can't rise above.
Buddies, you know, they're like, oh, stop it. Both of them got cut by the Browns. That's all I needed to know, period. And if they were what you said they were, if it were Baker's fault, as you said it was from the start, then people would have lined up to trade for both of them, and nobody made a single offer. Not a single offer.
Look what OBJ did when he got with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I did. I saw 8 straight games. He averaged catching 3 balls and 34 yards worth.
And what happened to playoffs?
3 balls.
Every week, Fox amended that line. It went from like 20 yards to 30 yards to 50 yards, and then all of a sudden it was all the way up to 70 yards a game.
It wasn't 70.
Yes, it was.
It went above 50, but Cooper Kupp was always at 105 every game.
And what did he do against Tampa? What did he do against Tampa?
Can you believe Cooper Kupp is twice as good as Odell Beckham Jr.?
What did he do?
That's all you need to know. Cooper Kupp is twice as good. All the Fox
and Deshaun Watson. So, and what Cleveland is telling you, we believe Deshaun Watson is twice as good as Baker Mayfield. So who's trading the #1 overall draft pick 4 years after he was taken #1?
Green Bay. Would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson? I think I'd rather have Deshaun Watson than Aaron Rodgers. I would.
First of all,
I got a better shot of going a distance in the postseason with Deshaun
Green Bay
Watson.
thought so much of Aaron Rodgers. They took a quarterback, traded up to get a quarterback, and then turned around 2 years later and gave Aaron Rodgers $50+ million. That's when they think of Aaron Rodgers. They think so much of Baker Mayfield, they haven't given him a contract extension.
No, sorry. Let's be honest about that. What has been reported, he's the one who's saying no to them because he does not trust them. He wants to hit the open market because he wants no more
Let him get Deshaun
association
Watson.
with
Let
that.
him get Deshaun Watson. He gonna hit the market.
Yep.
And I ain't talking about the supermarket or the fish market.
Yep.
But he gonna be out of that market.
You think he wants to go to Cleveland? Seriously. Think he does?
Well, I'm just saying. Why you entertaining that? Why you entertaining that? If you're not interested in him, why you talking to me if you're not interested in me? You know, I tell him all the time.
Okay,
well, he ain't my type. Why you over here talking to me then if I ain't your type?
You won't answer the question. Who wouldn't want Deshaun Watson? Who wouldn't? If I'm Buffalo, would I rather have Josh Allen or Deshaun? I think I'm taking Deshaun.
Guess what?
Thank
Buffalo
you.
ain't even called. That's how we should do. We set. Clearly you not set. You know, I never knew you tell on Shane. Well, you know, he ain't. They don't know you tell you, boy. Shane.
I think Cleveland just showed
They
you.
tell me I ain't they type.
Odell was the problem, and then Jarvis was the problem because they were a combined problem for Baker Mayfield. Thank you. Maybe he'll get a real receiver someday. He needs a number one. And I told you, Amari's not.
You hate no me.
No, I'm not. I'm truth-telling because John Gruden had enough of Amari Cooper. He said, you'll give me a 1 for this? Thank you. Gone. Done. Thank you. And then all of a sudden, Amari's quitting on the road in 2019 for Dak Prescott. Way to go. He made Dak, and then he broke Dak. Congratulations. And he will help break Baker Mayfield if Baker is forced to make him his number one.
Been plenty of big. Oh, stop it. Amari Cooper's a made man. Amari Cooper's been to Pro Bowls at 2 different teams. Baker Mayfield is a guy, and you want to accept it. It's hard to accept that, Skip. It's hard. It's really hard. But once it dawned on you, it's a lot easier to stomach.
Again, 11 straight games without Odell 2 years ago. 20 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, and won a playoff game at Pittsburgh against your arch rival with a QBR of 91? That's special. And thank you for bringing that up.
In those 11 games, was Jarvis there?
Sure. You got to have somebody to throw to.
Why you got to have somebody to throw to? He ain't nobody.
But really, the true number one was Rashard Higgins or maybe Peoples-Jones this year. Well, I don't know. Remember that big drop that Jarvis had at Baltimore when they were coming back to win the game?
Skip. Drops happen. For somebody to say, hey, everybody, if you play receiver, you're going to drop. Just like quarterback. You remember that bad throw that he had opening day against Kansas City?
Remember Baker's rookie year? He had the 4th most big-time throws, according to Pro Football Focus, in the league.
When is he going to update his resume?
In the league.
When is he going to update that resume?
I just told you, 11 straight games, went 8-3
How
down the
long ago
stretch.
that was?
And then what happened early this year? 2nd game against those Houston Texans that he may be traded to at some point. What happened?
They don't want him.
He tore his labrum and fractured his shoulder.
They don't want him.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.